Hey everybody, this is Kevin, a CPA that does financial planning. Tonal, is it worth it? So this is 8 weeks later after purchasing the Tonal and having it installed. I made the first video and I talked a little bit about the fact that sometimes you're going to make purchases that are not just to make yourself more wealthy. And I think Tonal is something that can maybe make you better, but not make you more wealthy, because it is a very expensive machine. So I'll tell you about my 8 weeks. I'll tell you what I found with my wife. There's been some things that have gone on in the 8 weeks. I am a 50-something-year-old guy, and because of that, had a knee injury that I'm actually going to have to get a procedure on my knee, and so that's limited my ability to use the legs part of this machine. But I will tell you, however, that even though I've had some knee discomfort, I've still been able to use the Tonal and grow my strength score. So the first thing I had talked about in the other videos, should you buy the Tonal? Well, do you have the money to buy the Tonal? So I'm not going to comment on 20-something-year-olds, maybe even 30-something-year-olds that are just starting families, because $3,000 to $4,000 may be too much. And so I'm really going to more comment on people more like myself, people that have maybe two spouses working, maybe people like myself that we try to work out, but then we sometimes get lazy. We try to work out, but using dumbbells and barbells, either at a gym or at home, you can not only get bored with it, but you might not continue to increase the weight because you're afraid of getting injured when you're older. So I would say 40s and 50-year-olds is really the demographic that I can speak to. Many of my clients that make enough money, but still struggle to pay all their bills, but maybe have a little bit extra money. I think Tonal, if you want to work out, number one, and you want to lift weights, and number two, you like goals and feedback, I think this is a fantastic machine. And so, first of all, I'll just say that when you see the machine itself, that they call it a trainer, but I'll just call it a machine. When you see the machine, I mean, it's basically a large iPad that has some arms and that has the ability to maneuver. So when I first got it, I was a little bit, I don't know, they didn't have the kind of instructions that you usually have. So you can actually put it all the way down to the floor, but they didn't have the typical amount of instructions. So I did not know how many different exercises there were. I kind of jumped on, I did what they said. I went to the Facebook, it's a Facebook Fanatic page, but I think there's lots of good things on the Facebook page, but I had no idea there's like 152 different exercises that you can do. You know, this is the alt bench press right here. Person holding the weight up, going down with the arm, and then going the other way. There's lots of exercises, even in the first 7 weeks, that I didn't know about, and I've learned about these more recently. The app itself really allows you to build custom programs, which is what I've done a lot of. So my favorite trainer so far has been Paul. I just like the way he talks. I like the way he trains. Really good. But I've done also a lot of upper and lower body workouts that I've created myself, which has been kind of fun. So the other part about this that I think is pretty extraordinary is the way the machine feels. I mean, the way it feels when you're working out is just incredible when you use the devices, and it's better than like a machine, you know, has like the chains or the, you know, I guess they're chains. It's better than the machines with the chains or the ropes. I mean, it's just really, really smooth. I'm gonna put here on the bench press. And the other thing that's really extraordinary, I think for people that have lifted in the past but maybe haven't lifted as much, is there's all these different modes, like eccentric mode, which eccentric mode, if you're doing the bench press on the way up, it's easier, and then it gets heavier on the way down. See, this thing has digital weights with magnets, using electricity and magnets, and it's able to create force or weight or whatever you want to call it in the snap of a finger. So if I express that incorrectly, someone can say so. But it's able to create a different change in the weight or the feel of the weight in a split second, and that's really incredible. And I've used the eccentric mode a lot, and I think it's made a difference in my strength. So that's the second thing I would say about it. The other thing that I would say about it is it gives you a massive amount of feedback. I mean, just massive. And, you know, Pavlov's dog, we've all read the stuff on Pavlov's dog. And I will tell you that I think human beings are like Pavlov's dog, because it's constantly giving you feedback, and the feedback motivates. And so right now I've lifted 199,289 pounds. And you know, that's motivational when you see how much weight you've lifted. I've done 26 workouts so far. I was away for 2 weeks, and so I couldn't use the machine for 2 weeks. But 550 out of 174. So there's still 124 movements that I've not done with the tonal. But you look down here and you can see, I mentioned about my leg. So I came in with a strength score of a pitiful 123. I could barely do the exercises. At least I brought the leg up to, you know, not respectable, but up to almost 198, almost to 200. The upper body is where I've made the most increases, starting at 287 to 408, maybe not by percentage, but by just by strength. And then the core I've improved a lot on. So when you say to a 50-something or a 40-something-year-old person who's maybe's worked out a little, you say, how's your core strength? They're like, dude, I do some push-ups and sit-ups once in a while, but I don't even know what a core strength means. Tonal will bring core into your workouts and help you to have a little bit more core strength. It also, if you're somebody that's maybe not done legs in the past, you can move a lot of legs with your weight. And so you're motivated to go ahead and do the leg workouts, and you get stronger, you become more metabolically hungry. If you're somebody that struggles with possibly going towards type 2 diabetes, I think building more muscle has been proven to be metabolically hungrier than having just flab. So in that way, I think it's great as well. So overall, let me just put these away. Overall, what I would say is the massive amount of feedback that you get. When you get a personal best, the machine chirps and tells you got a personal best, and you get a rush of dopamine in your brain. You really do. And the more personal best you get, the more excited you get. Then when the workout is over, you see the strength score. I know there's been a number of days that I've come into this room and I've said, well, I really want to have a good workout because I want my strength score to go up. So all of these types of feedback, if you're a goal-oriented person, you will love this. Now there's a good Facebook community. There's lots of crazies on Facebook that just love everything about the machine. I don't think the machine is perfect. There's been a couple of times when I've gone to put the weight on, the weight is turned on and turned off. It's not been happening as much the last couple of weeks, so maybe it was user error. That's one thing. The second thing is, again, I think some of the benefits of the machine could have maybe be written out or explained better. So is Tonal worth it? Well, I think if you're in your 40s or 50s, possibly even in your 60s, and you want to get stronger, you're afraid that losing muscle can help bring on diabetes, pre-diabetes. But more importantly than that, that you want to get stronger again. I saw some photos back when I was just out of college, and I mean, it's exciting to think about that you might be able to get stronger again. If you have something that allows you to push yourself, but not too fast, not get injured, give you lots of feedback that you're actually doing well, and finally that you do have enough money and you're willing to not purchase something else to buy something like the Tonal. I think this thing is a home run. Worst thing probably you can do is dismiss it out of hand and just say, this is not for me. I think the best thing you can do is to go try it somewhere. And it's in major cities now. They have stores for you to try it. And the reason is because when you try it and you start to see the power, the first time eccentric mode kicks on and you're on your third set and eccentric mode is kicking on and it's pulling the weight down because it's digitally changed the weight from one number to a higher number, and it's pulling it down and you feel like your muscles are burning. When you feel that and you remember that feel when you were a younger person with a body that could take whatever amount of weight, I think it's just a tremendously positive feeling. And then when you get the feedback, like here, that the strength score is changing and that you're getting stronger and you're getting all of this positive feedback, constantly positive feedback, personal best, personal best. I'll be in another room and I'll hear my wife working out in here, and I'll hear that noise of the personal best, and she probably gets a dopamine hit. I get a dopamine hit. I'm like, yeah, go baby. I mean, that's terrific that this machine can do that for you. And again, it's a TV screen with arms coming out of it, but inside there's magnets and electricity that will cause you to have a pretty extraordinary experience. So anyway, again, this is Kevin, a CPA that does financial planning. If you like the video, please like it and share it. And if you have any other thoughts about this video, please leave them below. Thanks. Bye-bye.